What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back on the post-game recap, man. As the Lakers fall to the Atlanta Hawks and the refs, 129 to 121. Horrible finish, guys. We played pretty well for about 2.5 quarters, and then we started falling apart early in the third, and then in the fourth, we completely fell apart. Per usual. Listen, this team doesn't know how to win. All right, we have plenty of talent. We have the tools that it took to win. We had the game in the bag, but questionable late game coaching mistakes, the lack of calling timeouts, not playing bigs who can guard the pick and roll. Maybe we don't have them. Anthony Davis did the best he could, man. He was on 4 fouls, but we just don't know how to win games, whether it be the players or the coaching staff or everything, all of the above. The bar for me has now fallen off the face of the earth, man. We're 3 games below 500, going back home. Who knows about LeBron James' situation? He's the only one that knew how to win this games because, even though Anthony Davis had a phenomenal game, Russell Westbrook played decent, played pretty good, and Malik Monk balled the heck out. We still couldn't win. Even Stanley Johnson gave us 10 points and 11 from Carmelo, 8 from THT. We still couldn't win. We couldn't stop the Hawks, from bombing on us. They end up with 129 points from a team that's struggling all season long. And then they tell me we have a defensive-minded coach. Well, I didn't see a single adjustment when we're getting killed on pick and rolls. I didn't see any sort of, nobody got inserted into the game that could help stop that pick and roll. And Okongwu and Clint Capella and John Collins destroyed us in the paint. I am scared to even look at the stats of how bad we looked in the paint defensively. So very disappointed again. Another game, heartbreaking game that we could have won. How many this season, man? I lost count. How many? How many of these games have we dropped? And yeah, I don't know, man. I'm losing all my hope, bro. Seriously, there's only so much of this we could continue to take without changes, and they're not doing nothing. So he said, Dan, it's looking like we're hitting the play-in again. Might not even get that if we continue to allow Frank Vogel to run this team into the ground. Listen, I don't see the game plan. All right, Malik Monk was on fire. I get it, and I love it. But similar to the last game when Russell Westbrook took that three, Malik Monk's final three was like almost from the logo, and he should have drove, or we should have ran a play, man. How about we run a play instead of going ISO ball? It's like coach says, all right, Malik Monk's on fire. Go ahead and keep taking shots. I don't mind Malik Monk taking shots, but how about setting a screen for him and allowing him to get to the basket, maybe driving kick? Different options. We don't. We're too predictable. All right. We get hot from beyond the arc and we settle 3 after 3 after 3 after 3. We don't have an offensive or a defensive game plan or schemes. And we continue to let team after team who's struggling this season back into these games and killing us, man. The Hawks were a below 500 team. They still are, even with this win. I'm at a loss, guys. Listen, Frank Vogel's not that guy, but you guys already knew that. You guys already knew that. Frank Vogel's something else, man. My boy Ozzy said Frank Vogel coming back to LA. Is he gone Monday? Like I said, if it was any time to fire him, it'd be now or never. All right. If they don't fire him when we get back from this trip, then I guess they're not gonna fire him this season, maybe till the offseason. But 3 games below 500, and again, very winnable game. Very winnable game, man. I'm telling you guys this. I didn't even want to look at the stats because I'm so disgusted. But 27 points, 5 rebounds, a couple blocks for AD, 33 for Malik Monk, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds from Russell Westbrook. And then Stanley Johnson with 10, 11 for Melo. And we still couldn't, with 121 points, we still couldn't pull off a victory, man. And check this out. We gave up 45 total rebounds, 8 offensive points in the paint. We gave up 62. Come on, man. We can't stop them. If we don't play defense and play some pick and roll defense, man, we're never going to stop anybody, even struggling teams like the Hawks. So very discouraged, very disappointed, very sad, very distraught. And they had a chance to start off my morning really well. Now I need my Rams to win just to have a good day. And obviously Mexico, shout out to them. Hopefully they win. But we started off the day really wrong, man. We dominated for about 2.5 quarters, and we started playing horrible to start the third. We end the third pretty good, playing good defense and up double digits. We come into the fourth, disintegrated lead, just like that. Very, very sad, man. He said, do you think LeBron will sign another extension with the Lakers? He has 1 year left. I don't know, Daniel. It depends on his body, bro. If he keeps breaking down and, Father Time's undefeated, so the more and more, the older he gets and the harder he plays, especially if we can't preserve them. This is why we supposedly brought Russell Westbrook so we can get these type of wins. We went 0-3 without LeBron James. Even Anthony Davis couldn't help us get the win as well as he has played in this road trip. So even Malik Monk, everybody went off. We still 0-3. We don't have a game plan, guys. It's just if you get hot, shoot the ball. That's the game plan. Pick up basketball at its finest. I don't understand how this coach can coach in this league, man. My boy Ozzy said AD defending Young was enough for me to watch. Listen, and the refs called some BS. I love Trae Young, but I hate those calls where he like stops and draws the foul. Stanley Johnson was like this. That was not a fucking foul, man. You know, but the league continues to reward these players. Steph Curry gets away with it. Chris Paul, they all do. All the guards in this league, they do the start and stop, and they jump into the opponent's body, and they call it a defensive foul. This league is so soft, man, and these refs were trash as hell today, man. Trash as hell, and the Lakers didn't oblige because, again, no sort of game plan, no strategy, man, nothing, man. And yeah, that 5-second call was BS. Like this man said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's crazy, man. Listen, but this is the thing though. With the calls we did get, we missed the free throws. That cost us the game too. It's a fundamental sometimes. The rotations atrocious again. We see Dwight for a little bit, then we don't see him. And then people wonder why Dwight's not playing too well right now. Well, would you be happy if you had inconsistent minutes? I wouldn't. And so I don't think Dwight even wants to play for us anymore. The way, similar to Montrezl Harrell, the way this coach is giving them treatment, how can we expect consistent play from him if we don't play him consistently? And again, it gets to the point where I'm losing hope, guys. That trade deadline can't come quick enough because if nothing happens then I have no hope for this team. All right, the season is done. Unless LeBron James comes back in MVP form and AD continues to play like this, Russ cuts down on the turnovers, which, again, tonight I think he had like 5 or 6. It's a lot to ask for. And Frank actually plays the right rotations. That's a lot of things that have to fall into place in order for us to even compete this season. I'd much rather get a trade, fire the coach, and switch things up. If it doesn't happen, again, I don't have much hope. Of course, I'll keep watching to the end, hoping that everything turns around. But man, it's getting to the point where I'd be lying to you guys if I say that if we don't make the right move, you know, we're gonna advance far in the playoffs or even make the playoffs. Man, Dan, 3 games under freaking 500. I know, Jennifer, it's tough. Appreciate you, Vitali. I lost all my hopes since OKC losses. I mean, that's a good point, man. Coach should have been fired after OKC blowout, the first one. That was embarrassing in itself, man. He said, Dan, Lakers need another center and a 4 because Melo's so trash on defense and Dwight washed. Yeah, I just don't like playing them in that position. Like, Melo shouldn't play the 4, or especially not the 5. But again, the hard-headedness of this coaching staff has just gotten to the point where it's boiling over, guys. It's at the tipping point right now. He said, we're going to be 9th or 10th. And we have to win 2 out of 3 games to advance. I hate that, Tony. I honestly hate that. Like, the last thing we need is to have extra games on our players' body. Like, all the mileage we put on LeBron, I'm not even surprised that his knee is inflamed. I'm not surprised. We called this earlier in the season. I said, if they keep playing him heavy minutes like this, and then especially playing him at the center, don't be shocked if something bad happens, man. And so frustrated. He said, should we involve Monk in Westbrook trades to get Miles Turner and picks or something like that? I don't think so, Angel. I think the way Monk plays, you have to roll the dice and try to re-sign him. We could be looking at the shooting guard of our future. But the coaching staff is going to have to leave him at the starting 2 guard so that he feels some sort of, marriage towards the Lakers. Like, he feels like he comes back here, he has a starting spot. Like, how are you going to sell it to him if you keep benching him after he dropped 33? Come on, man. This man was on fire. He deserves to start. Been saying it all year long, probably after the 5-game mark. Been saying it. Malik Monk should probably start. If not him, Austin Reeves. But you know what? My boy said, Dan, pregame for the Rams today? No. As soon as I'm done with this postgame, I'm going to go get ready, man. Got to get the chips and all that good stuff and the dips. But I will be talking about them. You guys have any questions, man? Let's get it, man. I'm still excited for the Rams game, even though the Lakers disappoint me. But I kind of expect this, man. They give me hope for about 2.5 quarters, and then they start playing like crap. That pick and roll defense, what am I looking at here, man? Why was no adjustments, no timeouts made? Why? And then settling for threes consistently when we're only down 1 point. I get sick of it. I get sick of the same thing over and over. It's like, wow. Tasia said, Dan, my confidence is shot, man. I know, Tasia. Defensively, especially, the biggest question mark on this team is defensively, because we supposedly have a defensive-minded coach and defensive-minded players like Stanley Johnson, Avery Bradley, and all this. But Avery Bradley got cooked many times by Trae Young. Not to say other, players don't get cooked by Trae, but some of these things were just egregious. Like, was he even trying today? And then, again, the rotations are always questionable. I like the starting lineup. And as a result, we got off to a pretty good start, right? No DeAndre Jordan. Obviously, Lakers get off to a quicker start. And all of a sudden, we have confidence. We hold in the lead for the majority of the game. But then again, Dwight Howard disappears. Anthony Davis gets in foul trouble. You bring in Avery Bradley when he's having a horrible game. Just tons and tons of mistakes that I just can't defend this coach, man. I can't. Jay says, what is it about Frank Vogel that the front office likes? That is a good question, Jay. I think what it is that clearly he was on the championship team. That's what it is. I think they bought him a little bit extra time. If not, he would have been canned, in my opinion. If we don't win the championship in 2020, he wouldn't be with us right now. But I think the Lakers they build a bond and relationships with their coaches and their staff and their players, and it's really hard for them to make moves. But again, you have to do what's best for the franchise. You can't have your personal feelings involved when you're running a franchise like the Lakers. You just can't. It's all business. It's nothing personal. Bro, they need to fire Vogel and get rid of Russ. He is a bad shooter, no defense, and turnover machine. We've been, you know what, man? At this point, I'm just going to sit back and watch, because we've been harping at this all season long, and it gets to the point where I'm just sick of even talking about it. But if something happens, then I'll definitely bring it back to the topic of conversation. But I'm just like, we know about the coach. We know about Westbrook. We know about all this stuff. But will anything actually happen, or are we wasting our breath? If nothing happens by the time we get back from the road trip, then I lost hope for firing Frank. That's for sure. And if nothing happens at the trade deadline, then I'll lose hope in this team for sure. We might be a first or second round exit at best if we make no moves. Hey, what's up, Tara? How you doing? You ready for this game? Niners-Rams? Still got to be excited about that. I'm sad about the Lakers. Clearly, we're 3 games below 500, but I'm still hyped about my Rams. Baby, horns up. Any big names the team would have fired this coach a long time ago? Any other big name? No, don't even want to talk about it at all. As far as firing and hiring, till something happens and I'll bring up the topic. What is the Lakers going to do after LeBron? The next pick isn't until the next few years. Well, you know what, Jay? I don't like to look that far down the road. I'm focused on it now, because Lakers will always figure it out. Again, I said it last post stream. Lakers are like the sun. Even when we set, we always rise again. I think two things consistent in this world: the Lakers rising again to win championships and contend in the future, and maybe even now, who knows? And the sun coming up. Those are the two most consistent things I can ever agree on. Tara says, I know a Piston fan isn't calling us embarrassing. There's a Piston fan in here? That's so funny. I didn't know the Pistons had fans. I'm just playing. He said, you watching the Chiefs versus Bengals? Yeah, as soon as I get off of here, man, I'll go check it out. But it is my duty to be here with Laker Nation. Win or lose, we here, man. We're going to break it all down. Now, listen. Trade deadline approaching quickly, all right? We are currently in January 30th. That means we got one more day till the month ends, and then only a couple of days till the actual trade deadline. You guys know where to find me for the live reaction of the trade deadline when it happens. But hopefully we get a trade going sooner rather than later, because you see these young, explosive athletes like John Collins and Okongwu, and the way they exploited our lack of pick-and-roll defense and our lack of explosion and our lack of heart and energy. We really didn't match them. They out-hustled us. They outplayed us. They were out there doing their thing, man. They were out there doing their thing, and we ran out of gas. That's what it looked like. It looks like we did good for about 2.5 quarters, and then boom, we just shut down, which usually happens because of poor rotations. We ain't mixing it up right to get the right guys with the right energy at the right times clicking. And that's the problem with Coach, but the casuals will never see that, okay? So let's move on from that topic. And I'll say this. He said Pistons 30-78 champions. I like that. Even he's making fun of himself. I like it. He said, sub DTLF, I'll be in SoFi Stadium with my Niners gear rooting for my red and gold, but best of luck to your Rams, homie. He said, LA Rams fans are down to earth. May the better team win. Yes, sir. I salute you, man, for keeping it classy. I've actually had a couple Niner fans coming after me, but I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. The trash talk is what I'm here for. So, but thanks for the class, Adam. I wish you luck as well, but not today. I don't wish you luck today, man. Let me take that back. But still, man, hopefully the game is good. And like you said, may the best team win. And on that note, I do want to kind of transition to a more positive conversation, guys. Rams, Niners about to tip off at, what is it, 3 or 3:30? I forgot, but I think it's 3:30. This game is going to be monumental. All right, first official playoff home game at SoFi Stadium for my Rams. All right, that's huge. We're making history. Shout out to my boy Lonnie. I think he said he was going to go out there, so shout out to him. But the Niners are out here, man. They're out here packing out the stadium, guys. They're out here. They're showing their loyalty to their team. I only hope that in the next 5 to 10 years, the Rams fan base can grow and we can stay loyal to our team. Because I am disappointed in Rams fans for selling y'all motherfucking tickets, man. That shit pissed me off. A real fan would never do that. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You'd be able to tell your grandchildren you was at the game. I wish I had the tickets. All right, I would be there. I don't care if they offered me $10,000, I wouldn't sell them. I would be there because this is history in the making, bro. And especially in the Super Bowl, I better not see no other team taking over the stadium in the Super Bowl. That's for sure once we get there. But very disappointed in those fans. Now, I will say if your financial situation was tough and you had to sell them, then I have no gripes with you. But everybody else who was optional, man, and them Niner fans really paid top price. But wouldn't it be hilarious if the Niners paid all that money and they show up to SoFi talking about our house, 49er house and all that, and they get sent home with an L? Oh, man, I think they'd be really pissed. So be careful what you wish for, Niner fans. Y'all paying all that extra money. But you know what, man? I got a lot of, like I said, I got mad love for Niner fans, and especially my Rams fans, man. That's number one. And may the best team win. I really mean it, guys. I really mean it. He's a 49er fan. He said, my brother lived in San Francisco, but if the Rams win, happy for you, Dan. And that's what it's all about, Tony. The class is unmatched from you Niner fans. So I still got love for y'all no matter what happens, man. But I feel like I need this win for my own personal selfish reasons, man. I need it, bro. I need it. My boy, Martin. Appreciate you, Martin. He said, Vogel still makes no in-game adjustments. Bigs are killing us, and Vogel does nothing. No creativity. Greetings from Germany. Hey, that's what's up, man. Shout out to Germany in the house. We got Laker fans worldwide, man. We take over everywhere. Listen, you're absolutely right, brother. And this is something we have been talking about all year long. There's still no in-game adjustments. You saw what Okongwu and John Collins and all these bigs for the Hawks did. They destroyed us in the paint. They got over 60 points. That's way too much. That is way too much. That's damn near half of your points. They got them inside the paint. Most of them were layups or dunks. And Trae Young is a smart player. Hate him or love him, flopper or not flopper, whatever you want to call him, he's very intelligent. He exploited us off of them pick and rolls. And then when we gave him too much space, he cashed in with the threes. That's what he does. That's why he's one of my favorite players, but not today. Today I kind of hated him. But listen, all in all, man, this team is given the effort for, like I said, 2.5 to 3 quarters max. If we could just bottle that effort up for 4 quarters, we'd be a different ball club. Now, a lot of that has to do with the coaching. Why? Even though the coach is not on the floor? Because you only play as hard. The coach is an extension of the players. Do you think Popovich's players take any quarters off? Do you think Steve Kerr's players take any quarters off? No, because they play the hardest for their coach. They love their coach. I can't say the same for Frank. So, and it's not that I want to blame Frank for everything. The players are responsible. They're the ones missing free throws, turning the ball over, and doing all this crappy stuff on the court to allow teams to come back and beat us. However, coaching does matter. In a players' league, coaching still matters. It really does. He said, Dan, it's not too late. It's not too late to ditch the Cowboys and root for the local team instead. I'm from LA, LOL. Never that, Max. This is the perfect year, man. Perfect year because we haven't won the Super Bowl. Everybody who wants to be a real diehard Rams fan, now's your time, bro. Ditch them stinking Cowboys. You don't need them in your life. That's nothing but heartache and pain. You want to come to the Rams? You know, LA teams are all about winning championships, man. That's what we do. Dodgers, Lakers, Rams, LA Kings, Galaxy, Sparks. We're all about championships. So, especially if you're an LA native, bro, and you really shouldn't be out there, you know. Again, if you've been a fan of the Niners for years, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about people looking for a new team. You're looking for a new team. You're from LA. This is your squad, bro. We need to grow the fan base. It has to start somewhere, right? The fans don't just automatically, you know, from the moment they're born, unless you're a Laker fan like me from the day I was born, you're not automatically indoctrinated for the most part into a team. So you kind of have to pick your team. This is your chance, man. This is your chance to remove that star from your helmet and come on over, man. Because whose house is it, bro? You know what's up. So, yes, it's never too late, man. It's early right now. After we win the Super Bowl, everybody who jumps on and becomes a Rams fan after we win the Super Bowl, then that's going to be considered a bandwagon. He said, I'm sorry. That's all on Rob Pelinka. Bad roster with no defense. I'm not going to read the rest of this because I don't agree. It's not all on Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka's not coaching. Rob Pelinka's not on the floor. So it's not all on Rob Pelinka. Everybody takes a fair slice of the pie, but the coaching has been atrocious and nobody can defend it. Nobody can defend it. You know, saying I'm sorry is not bringing context to why it's not the coach's fault. Till I hear a real good explanation on why the coach has nothing to do with how bad we're playing, then I'm not going to agree. But everybody's entitled. We'll see. Everyone keeps saying the players and not the coaches. That's what I'm saying, Michael. People are not watching the games, bro. These rotations are bad. I've been a Niners fan since 1995. Respect, brother, respect. 49ers versus Chiefs rematch. If y'all get it, y'all better bring it home. That's all I'm saying. If y'all beat us tonight, if and that's a big if, but if the 49ers beat my Rams tonight, which I doubt because I'm telling you, we've been plotting on this revenge for a while now. And this is the perfect stage to do it. But if y'all win, I'm rooting for y'all, man. Just for the series, just for the Super Bowl. Because for number one, I don't like anybody on that side of the division. And number two, it's Cali. So, you know, you got to show support. But I'm not like wearing y'all gear, none of that shit. Because I grew up a Rams fan. I used to party with a lot of the Rams. Watch out. Kevin's out here high rolling on us, man. That's what's up. My boy Kevin King is an OG. I love it, man. My boy was around with Torrey Holt and everybody, huh? He said Rob gets us 60% of the blame. That's fair. You can put whatever percentage you want on him. He takes a pie. For me, 50% on Vogel, and the players and Rob can split the rest. That's how I got it. The Lombardi Trophy is definitely coming to Cali. We have to, man. Whoever wins this game has to go all the way and represent. I will be mad at my own Rams if we go to the Super Bowl and bring it back. And I'll be mad at the Niners if they beat us because they stopped the real Super Bowl champs, and y'all didn't bring it back to Cali. So, yeah, Super Bowl got to go to Cali, man. It's about time. Fire Vogel, hire Handy. Simple, right? Sounds simple enough. That's actually what the rumor was. We'll see. If we don't get breaking news by tomorrow or whenever the Lakers return back to LA, then we'll find out. We'll find out what's going forward, man. I'll update you guys. You guys know. You guys know where to find me. Mahomes is balling right now. Is he? Oh, crazy, because I picked up on my fantasy football. So if he's putting up big numbers, that's good for me. Prayers up for LeBron, man. Absolutely. Yo, that knee injury, people try to tell me it was nothing. You know, this is what I don't like. When people pretend like they know what's really going on behind the scenes. I always tell you guys, I have no clue what the severity of this injury is. We can sit here and speculate. But one thing I do know is that mileage starts racking up. And that's unfortunate. Frank Vogel's absolutely trash. Oh, I know, Blake. I already know. Just tell everybody else who still defends him. Trust me. Even Luke Walton had people defending him after we fired him. They said we would regret it. Big mistake, blah, blah, blah. Best decision we ever made in our life. Now, Frank, to be fair to Frank, he is an upgrade from Luke Walton, at least. All right, but it's not a huge upgrade. It is an upgrade. He said, if only we can get this team together like the true five. We still don't know what the five is going to be when everybody's healthy. That's how bad Frank has been. 30 games left, and we still don't know. Think about that. Let that sink in. Normally, I'd say 95% of the coaches in the league have a set starting lineup by preseason. And even when injuries come, it's just a minor tweak. It ain't no DeAndre for Dwight type moves or Trevor Ariza for Stanley Johnson type moves, in the middle of the season, because that throws off everything. But just think about that, man. We still don't, even 30 games left in the season, we still don't know. So that's horrible, in my opinion. You said Avery Bradley with the dominating 4 points. Dominating 4 points. That's funny, bro. He said, disappointed in the Lakers, but my day will be better once our Rams beat the 49ers, and our Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. That's right, bro. Speak it into existence. I love it. He said, this is our year, Dan. Did you see the Rams team post? Mamba mentality. Yeah, they had the Mamba sneaker out, man, with the leather. Oh, that was beautiful, bro. So, yeah. And hopefully you're right, Jarhead. Hey, much love to you, brother. Thank you so much, as always. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but thank you for your service to our country, man. Much love and appreciation sent your way, my boy. He said, but my cousin played with Jerry Rice in college. He said Rice played in Mississippi Valley State, a black college. He said they had a quarterback, Willie Totten, 400 yards a game. That's crazy, Kevin. Damn, my boy Kevin's been around the way. That's what's up, bro. That is what's up. You are somebody, Kevin. Tara says, honestly, Dan, Frank has been doing this unstable lineup for the past the past seasons. He's been here. That's true. It took this man 3 seasons to figure out lineups out, and he still hasn't. That is such a good point. And I forget about the past seasons because I'm so focused on this one. But you're right. I mean, we really didn't even get to see Alex Caruso play till the last game of the finals in the starting lineup, right? Which he should have been when he was with us. And I think Kyle Kuzma should have started too because he was so much better as a starter. But you're absolutely right, Tara. And it's gotten to the point where I have zero confidence in Frank Vogel. Like if we can go into the negatives, I'd do that because this coach, believe it or not, people will say, well, Dan, he helped us win a championship. Sure. But so did Jason Kidd, right? So did all the rest of the coaching staff. But I really think LeBron is the coach on the floor. You just look at the way the offense orchestrates when he's out there versus when he's not. When he's not, we have to rely on a lot of one-on-one. Even when he's out there, we have to rely on one-on-one. But at least he gets shooters wide open and gets people. He makes the right play 9 times out of 10. But when he's not out there, man, it's a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of ISO ball. And sometimes it works, but sometimes we come up short like tonight. So that's 2 games we lost in this road trip, all right, that we could have won. The last game and this game tonight. Both games came down to a final possession, and what I paid attention to is that neither of the 2 games did we actually draw up anything. Really what it was is Anthony Davis holding it at the post and waiting for Malik Monk to come and get it, kicking it out to him, setting a screen, and just letting him go one-on-one. Right? No rolls, no nothing. No backdoor screen lobs, nothing. What are we running offensively? At the end of games, we're only down 1 point, which means all we needed was a bucket to take the lead. Instead, we settle for a 3. Then they come back. We didn't even make our 3. They come back. Trae Young hits a 3. Ice Trae, he's cold-blooded. He hits a 3. They go up 4, and then we miss another 3, and then it's game over. No sense of direction on either side of the floor. And I'm just – I beat the dead horse so much. There's guts all over the freeway, man. It's just a bloody scene. It's all bad, guys. It's all bad. I've talked about this so much that I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of saying it. He said, the Lakers team is trash right now. I'm tired of watching their games with what an embarrassment. Lose, let LeBron out of this team and play for a better team. And the Lakers, he deserves a better team. Well, I'll say this, man. I'll say this. The Lakers and LeBron deserve each other. All right. They're made for each other. So it's not about LeBron's bigger than the brand or anything like that. Never that. And I can tell you're a LeBron fan just by the way you're speaking, which that's okay. But I'll say this. I will agree with you here. If the Lakers aren't going to make moves and do nothing, then I wouldn't be mad if they traded LeBron to where he's in a better situation and we get an equal return. All right. Equal return means a shit ton of draft picks. What would be the trade? LeBron's never been traded, nor do I think he ever will. But what would be, in your guys' a fair opinion of trade value for a LeBron James? I don't even think you can evaluate it. I mean, I think teams would be willing to give up everything and their family members for LeBron James. Like that's how good this man is. So even at his age, as a 1 year rental, whatever, trust me, the Lakers can get a lot. So what I'm saying is, no, I don't want to trade LeBron or AD. Those are my two favorite players on the team, followed by Monk. But what I am saying is, if push comes to shove and the Lakers are just tanking or they just want to mail it in, then so be it. All right. Chiefs are dominating. Damn. So that's what's gonna be in the finals, huh? All right. I see y'all, Chiefs. He said, waste of time. Lakers will not trade LeBron. I agree. But I'm just answering the gentleman's question. He said, let him out. We're not gonna cut LeBron, that's for sure. LeBron ever wants to leave, we're gonna have to get maximum return, because we already gutted this roster for LeBron. So we're not just gonna let him walk out. He's ours for the rest of his career. He's probably gonna stay here, LeBron fans. So don't be upset at it. It is what it is. Now remember, your boy LeBron also was the reason Russell Westbrook came. So, and the reason we traded AD for AD. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen, everything will sort itself out. If we don't win a championship this year, then next year we have to go extremely hard to try to get that final chip, man, for LeBron's career. So that's just how I feel about that. Dan, the Lakers rotation could be fixed so fast. LeBron, Monk, Austin, Stanley, AD, bench Westbrook, Bradley, THC, Ariza, and Dwight. It sounds pretty easy, man, but it's never that easy, bro. This coaching staff is just too stubborn. Dan, how the hell did they not give Trey a tech for being childish holding the ball? He said, hell with ice, Trey, but shake my head. That's the league for you, man. We don't get the same calls other teams get. That's easily a technical foul. And then, he was upset. That could have turned into something worse that the refs could have lost control over. So not only a technical, but, we should have he should have got a warning that he might get ejected if he keeps instigating the situation. But that's what I'm saying. It's gotten to the point where the refs' calls are just egregious. But the Lakers don't help ourselves. We shoot ourselves in the foot too with the missed free throws, poor rotations, and poor effort. It's a combination of things. It's not just the refs. But yeah, it's horrible to watch. But it's been like this every year since I can remember being a Laker fan. And those of you can attest. Those of you that have been around since before Kobe, you can attest that the Lakers rarely get the right calls in our favor. And the haters will tell you otherwise, but they're not really watching with their eyes, they're watching with their heart. He said the Lakers need defense. He said, player Miles Turner, please. Well, that's just the thing. Miles Turner has a hairline fracture on his foot. So if that thing inflammates, his season could be over, or he can be out for an extended period of time. I'm not sure the Lakers are willing to trade for players like that right now, that we're already dealing with plenty. So, the injuries are already bad. Kobe never got the calls. Exactly. Dom K knows what's up. I mean, Kobe was getting chokeslammed and players weren't getting ejected. That's how bad it was. So he said, then the Lakers get a 5-second call, timed it. It was 3.5 seconds. Kevin, we can never catch a break, bro. It's like it starts piling up. And I feel like we do a disservice to ourselves when we complain a lot, like Melo and all these players start complaining, and now you get the refs against us. Let Trey complain. Let the Hawks complain, and that way the refs can be against them, and you get more calls. But we don't use our psychological. We're on the road. We got to be smart. We got to save the text and just play smart. But, again, these player egos just inflating, and they're more worried about getting the right call than the scoreboard. So that does bother me a little bit. I'm not even going to lie. I hate it when we complain to the refs. I hate it when anybody complains to the refs, let alone us, man, because I feel like that turns the refs against you. Put yourself in the shoes of a ref. Not that I ever want to be a ref, but put yourself in their shoes. If you got a player cursing you out and stuff, are you going to give him his favorite calls? Or are you going to try to turn a blind eye since he's over here calling you out, calling you all kinds of names? I don't know. I'm just saying, put yourself in the shoes of a ref. You got to be smart, man. You got to be intelligent. You got to know how to talk to them. And there's times where you just won't be able to control it. You're going to blow up because they're so horrible. But for the most part, man, all season long, Melo and certain players just been bitching at the refs, and then the refs turn on us. But they already hated us to start the game, so it is what it is. My boy said, being emotionally invested into the Lakers team sucks. I had high hopes for the Lonzo Ball Lakers. So imagine how devastated it is to have some genuine talent and blow leads, no effort at all. No effort, only in spurts. I agree with that. And unfortunately, yeah, our age shows sometimes. We get tired. We stop trying to rebound and box out and block shots. At times, I saw Dwight Howard out there. Even though I love Dwight, I saw him looking at Clint Capella getting a second chance rebound and just stood there. Now you have to ask yourself: is this because he's older and he can't? You don't have the same bounce like before. He used to jump once, jump twice, whatever it took to block the shot. Or is it because he doesn't like Frank Vogel and he's not interested in playing his hardest anymore? Either way, it's not right. Players have to give more effort and coaches have to be smarter. So, whatever the case may be, man, Lakers just ain't getting it done. My boy Kevin says Melo does get a lot of texts. Dwight leads the NBA last season. He does not play enough this season. Agreed, Kev. Liz says we are going against the referees. They want to be the coach and LeBron James picks. Liz said like 3 different statements in one. They want to be the coach and LeBron James picks. You mean LeBron James picks his players? Yeah, I agree. I mean, he does. Historically, we know Lego is Le GM everywhere he goes, right? Since they love using LE. It's the only language I can speak for the doofuses that just throw LE in front of everything. But look, we can't blame LeBron because he is a basketball savant. What this means is he has a very intelligent IQ. He knows how to build teams. He's done it before. And this was just a miscalculation on his part. All right. But since he already helped us win a championship, same thing with AD. This is why I'm always easier on them than I am with Westbrook, who's never won a thing, and other players that come here and they feel entitled, like Dennis Schroeder, who haven't won a thing and don't get with the program. Because if they don't get with the program, then you're only holding the team back. So that's the case with that. But anyways, guys, it's going to wrap it up for me, man. It's about 1:06. I got some chips and dip and meals to go pick up right before the game. And also, I do want to watch part of this Cincinnati Kansas City Chiefs game. So thank you guys so much, man. Liz is mad at me, but that's okay. It don't matter. She can rock. I'll catch y'all later, man. Have a great rest of your evening. Go Rams, baby. Let's see what happens. All right. Take it easy, guys.